Hello, I'm Amara Jones and welcome to Caffeine TV, your daily video news brief, here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. The first number up to date is 700, as in 700,000. That's the number of doctors that we have here in the United States. And it's probably why you should not run out, buy bread, buy duct tape, and just generally act a fool after the announcement yesterday of the first confirmed case of Ebola that was diagnosed here in the United States, which is what the CDC told us yesterday. Now, Ebola is spread through some very specific ways, through blood, through saliva, through sweat, and other bodily fluids that I'm just not going to get into right now. It's also the case that all of these workers that we have here in the United States, the doctors and the nurses, can engage in something that's called contact tracing. Now, I feel like I need to have a blackboard over my shoulder, but contact tracing is essentially when you find a person who's infected, trace everyone that they've had contact with, monitor those people, and if they show any signs of illness, you quarantine them, which is how you prevent an epidemic from becoming an epidemic, and contact tracing has been used to great effect already in other countries in Africa. But it really couldn't be used in Liberia because there are only 50 doctors for 4 million people. So the hundreds of thousands of doctors that we have and the millions of nurses are the reason why you probably won't be able to call into work today and tell your boss that you're not coming in because the Ebola is on the loose, because it isn't yet really. The next number up today is 12, as in 12 days. That's the time that it's been since Oscar Gonzalez leapt the north lawn of the White House's fence and pulled a Superman on the Secret Service. Now, Julia Pearson, who's the head of the Secret Service, was on Capitol Hill yesterday to testify about what went wrong, and it's worse than we thought. Not only did he manage to evade this intricate labyrinth of security, but once was inside, was able to do whatever he wanted. And in fact, if he had run up a set of stairs that he had run past, he would have been able to enter the president's residence and basically essentially go through Obama's sock drawer if he wanted to. And no one noticed because the White House had disabled the alarm system because they were sick of all of the false alarms, which is how they didn't know that someone was there running around armed. And on top of it all, the only way that it was only stopped was that an off-duty Secret Service agent thought that there was something weird about the fact that an armed man was running around and that nobody noticed. So it all goes to show us that the $2 billion that the American people spend on security to protect the president each year are not necessarily enough to buy security and vigilance and alertness, which is frightening, but also that all those movies that came out last year, like Olympus Has Fallen and others, which showed that the breach in presidential security is a real danger, are not necessarily fiction, but came too close to actually being fact. The last number up to date is 15, as in 15 yards. That's the number of yards that Husain Abdullah of the Kansas City Chiefs was penalized when he dropped to his knees in prayer. Now, the NFL has quickly backtracked on that penalty and said that the referee didn't notice that it was a prayer, that they thought it was a stun and didn't see that he dropped to his knees in prayer. Now, I don't know why anyone would necessarily drop to their knees on a football field, but you know what? Hey, I'm open-minded and anything goes. But the fact that the NFL noticed quickly is a sign that perhaps they are beginning to occupy the planet that the rest of us live on. It's good that it didn't take them 6 months, as in the Ray Rice affair, to realize that they had gotten it wrong.